Hello, my name is Josue Oliveras, and this is the demonstration of the Sandy Scout Autonomous Recycling Detection robot simulation in Tinkercad. First thing I'm going to show you here is the code, so I'm just going to go through it, and you can feel free to pause the video to take a closer look. So in the setup section, you'll see that I have the motors. There's two motors, and the pin mode is set to output for both motors. Another pin mode is the trigger pin as an output on the sensor, and a pin mode echo pin as an input for that sensor. I also have another pin mode here for the light sensor, and that will be an input. And then the sprayer mechanism, the way it works, it has a servo motor, and that is the servo pin, and that starts at a 0 degree angle when it's not initiated. So I'm going to go over the main loop behavior of the Sandy Scout. So the Sandy Scout listens for the infrared remote inputs to determine its mode. When button 3 is pressed on the remote control, the Sandy Scout enters move and scan mode. The motors begin moving forward, and then the ultrasonic sensor continuously checks for objects in front of the robot. And at the same time, the photoresistor reads the brightness level of the detected object. So the Sandy Scout will only tag a plastic bottle or an aluminum can if it's detected within 15 centimeters and the object surface is bright enough, simulating reflectivity of shiny objects on the sand itself. So the light level is between 600 and 1,000, and once that the sensor, the photoresistor sensor picks that up, and the object is at least 15 centimeters or less, then the servo motor rotates 90 degrees and dispenses the magnetic liquid. So I'm going to show you how that works now. I'm going to start the simulation. I'm going to put the code away, and right now you can see none of the motors are working. So when I press 3 on the remote, the motor starts spinning, and then you can see that the servo motor is not running yet, and the sensor is not running yet. But if I get it close to 15 centimeters or less, it doesn't activate yet because that the brightness needs to be 600, between 600 and 1,000. So if I move that, you can see that the servo motor starts spinning. The moment I get away from the object, the servo motor stops spinning. So you're going to see here that I have an else if statement. So when button 4 is pressed on the remote, the Sandy Scout's motors are going to keep running, but you're going to see on the serial monitor that it will be returning to home base, and home base means that the Sandy Scout is going to be returning to the lift bot. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to press 3 just to follow up with what was happening before. But now I press 4, right? The motors keep running, but nothing is happening with the sensor or the photoresistor. So the servo is not moving. So if we go back to the code and we go to the serial monitor, you're going to see that it says returning to lift bot.